Hello artist, Miss Ellie's going to show you how to do pointillism today. I'm going to do 3 different types depending on what supplies you have. If you want to do with liquid paint, you may use a paintbrush, a very pointy paintbrush, or a pencil. Or you could do those really skinny markers. Crayola would work too, of course. Any skinny markers would work. Maybe gel pens might work if you're able to touch it, the paper, and a little circle appears. So pointillism is just creating color with little dots, and what you're supposed to do is your eyes are supposed to mix the colors. So you can put different colors next to each other, different shades, different hues, and your eye color will mix, your eyes will mix the color for you. I'm going to make it a little more simple. I'm probably just going to use 2 colors today, red and green. The one I did last week, I used a couple more colors. If we look here, I used a couple yellows, a couple greens, and a couple different shades of purple. So I want to show you, using my rose that I created last week, the different types of pointillism. Now, probably George Seurat used paint, but a lot of people use markers. So I'm going to start with a very pointy paintbrush. If you see this, it's super pointy. And what you're going to do is you're going to just dip just the point in paint. Okay, and then you're just going to create little tiny dots. You want them next to each other, but you don't want them touching. But you want them as close as you can to each other. Now, George Seurat took years to create one painting. This is going to take you some minutes, but hopefully it won't take you too long. All right, and then you're just going to keep going. If you want to do different shades of paint, you're more than welcome to as well. I think the paintbrush is the most difficult because you got to be very careful not to press too hard with it, because it'll push your paintbrush down and create your dots will be too big. All right, and then you would just keep going all the way around your flower until you have all the points. So that's with the paintbrush. I'm going to do with a pencil next. I'm going to still use liquid paint, but I sharpen my pencil really pointy. The reason I think the pencil works better is because you can't push it, it doesn't move. So I'm going to take the same paint, just the tip of my pencil. I'm going to dot it. And I think this way works a lot better, because if you could look at my dots, I don't know how close you can see, but the dots are very uniform. They're all the same. And I think this works really well. And as you run out, you just dip in again. And I think it's easier to get into little tiny spaces. So I really think a pencil, and a pencil is easier to find than paintbrush too, is better if you want to work with liquid paint. Liquid paint works really good because you could take some little bit of white, little bit of black, and put it in the red too, and make different values of the color if you want. So you could show a little bit of shading, or a little bit of light shining on the flower. You can do that as well. All right, and the last I'm going to show you is with marker. All right, I guess I'll start doing green. Well, I'll do red so you can see, and you can make your choice. Now you want to make sure it's nice and pointed, your marker. And you have a lot of control over this way too. This way you don't have to keep dipping your paintbrush back in, or your pencil back in the paint.
You might go to Sanford to paper.
All right, so we're just going to keep going and make all those little dots. Also with the marker, I think you can get a little closer together, so that's really good too. Any of your dots touch, just be more careful next time if you see some of Miss Elliott's dots are touching. So there you can see the different types of pointillism, and decide kind of which one you want to do. I'm going to do my whole thing, and I'm going to also do my leaves and my stem. And then I'll think about doing the background. Maybe I'll just paint the background, but a real true pointillism would only have dots on the whole entire thing. All right, well, take your time, and hopefully your end result will look really, really cool, and hopefully you can give it to a parent because you spent so much time on it. Take your time, and I expect your whole flower to be filled with dots. Have fun, guys. Bye.